So, if you haven't been living under a rock, you've probably seen the, I like to call it disturbing video from Erica Kirk, where she's sitting on the set of the Charlie Kirk show in all black, black baseball cap, doing some very weird faces. But in this clip, we're going to see American actor and comedian John Fugelsang literally take down Erika Kirk and Turning Point USA like I've never seen before. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, he is just saying out loud what a lot of people are thinking behind closed doors. As usual, let's watch the clip in full, and then I'll give you guys my thoughts towards the end.
This week, Erica Kirk spoke out following the shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, which she attended. In a video posted to social media, Kirk addressed the attempted assassination of Donald Trump at the dinner and a fresh wave of conspiracies about her husband's murder.
Every morning I wake up to a new headline lying about me. I have comedians dressing up in whiteface. I have people saying I'm not fit to be CEO, and I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband. And the list goes on and on and on. There is a serious epidemic of dehumanization plaguing this country.
I have a lot of sympathy for Erica Kirk because she has been through some really extraordinary, bizarre things over the last several months. It is interesting to me, though, that the truth of the matter is that the worst of it, she mentioned Candace Owens, has come from the right, from her former friends. And I mean, I think that is the part to me that kind of is left unsaid here. It's not true that just sort of major news outlets are writing conspiracies about her. It's true of a specific subsection of the Candace Owens fan base, which is on the right. And I think that she's right, that it's dehumanization, but it's also the internet and how these people who are loony can just become so powerful.
Well, the worst of it that's magnified and amplified online, yes, has been coming from the right, but there's no shortage of people on the left who are saying the very same things. And when I watch this video, I see a woman who is, I mean, go on Twitter, go on Threads, go on all those, and people are saying this stuff constantly. There is a dehumanization of this woman who is grieving and will be grieving for the rest of her life. Every time she looks at her children, she will see her husband, who was killed in a very, very violent act. And as I was watching that video, though, who came to mind was Gabby Giffords, the former congresswoman who was shot in the head outside of a supermarket during a Congresswoman on Your Corner event by someone who had mental issues but also hated her because she supposedly didn't answer a question to his satisfaction at a town hall once. And I put them in the same category for this reason. I believe that Gabby Giffords has incredible moral authority to talk about gun rights or gun control, sorry. And I don't necessarily agree with her, but she comes from a place of personal lived experience, an experience, God willing, none of us will ever have. Erika Kirk comes from that same place, an experience that I hope no one ever has to live through again. But when she talks about rhetoric, when she talks about free speech, she does have that authority to make that case to people, just like Gabby has the authority to make her case.
I don't think anyone's disagreeing with what Erika Kirk said in her video. I think she's someone, I mean, she went through a tragedy that everyone saw play out online. And I think what she said, I mean, to you, what you were saying earlier, it's like it's her own friends that have been spreading conspiracy theories about her. I mean, I think she needs obviously new friends, but also, I mean, it's absolutely tragic what's happening and like some of the vile that she's facing. I think this is like a larger societal problem, though. Conspiracy theories can spread very quickly on Twitter or X now and other social media sites, and there's not really this check that I've seen in a way that is sufficient enough to debunk these very quickly. And so you have things spreading like wildfire, and she's right to be upset about it. I think that's completely fair, but I think the larger question is, what are we going to do about it? And that's on the right and the left.
Let me play a little bit more of what she said about the dinner itself that she attended on Saturday.
And everyone is asking why I even went to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And it was because many of the journalists in that room have attempted to dehumanize me. And I wanted to meet some of them face to face, quite frankly. Why have a conversation about me when you can have a conversation with me?
I think I feel so sorry for her. I've never really heard her speak, but when you think of what she has been through, this visceral tragedy that will be played out.
With respect to the unspeakable tragedy that Erica Kirk has lived through, and if we had laws making you secure your weapon in the home, that shooting and Sandy Hook would not have happened. And I wish she would do something on behalf of gun victims and try to prevent future violence. But I have to be fair here. This is Turning Point USA. I go to their website. I don't see a single teaching of Jesus Christ. I don't see them fighting for anything in the Beatitudes or Matthew 25. I see dehumanization of immigrants, of LGBTQ folks. I see dehumanization of minorities, of professors. I see teachers called groomers. I see Democrats called America haters. This is what Turning Point USA sells. They are grievance merchants pretending to be a Christian organization while fighting for zero of the teachings of Christ.
We'll leave it there. Next for us as Amazon.
So I wanted to play you guys that clip simply because I'm so glad that somebody with a platform, somebody who is very well known, John Fugelsang, just called out what so many of us are thinking. So many of us, because this is the reality. TPUSA and Erika Kirk, as well as when Charlie Kirk was alive, they try and paint themselves like they are a Christian organization, they are followers of Christ. But if we're really 100% honest, nothing about TPUSA is Christ-like. Absolutely nothing in any way, shape or form. Charlie Kirk, when he was alive, I'm sorry, he was not Christ-like. Christ would not be making racist comments about people's skin color. Christ-like would not be making fun of people that are being wiped out during an active genocide. Nothing about that is Christ-like. If we take a look at TPUSA and the way that it is that they conduct themselves as an organization, it's very well documented that Jesus sided with the poor, but TPUSA celebrates wealth and it celebrates power. Jesus said, love your enemies, but their whole brand is fighting and owning opponents. Like who? Exactly like Donald Trump. Jesus warned wealth corrupts, but they treat financial success as a sign of God's power. Jesus said his kingdom is not of this world, but they fused Christianity with American nationalism. That's what it is that these guys have done. And this is the reality. TPUSA in no way, shape or form is anything Christ-like. And exactly like John Fugelsang said, Erika Kirk had a very good opportunity after Charlie Kirk was murdered to really change the narrative in the United States of America around gun laws. But she didn't. Instead, she made things, just my perspective, so much more worse, especially when she's making videos like these that she's making, trying to call out Democrats and people that are on the left for the violent and vile things that it is that's being said. But as a matter of fact, that's coming from the right. That's the reason why when you just saw, I believe his name is Pete Seat, when he asked the question, when he made the statement that if you go online, you can see just as much people on the left saying horrible things. That's irrelevant. People on the left and the right are going to say horrible things. The problem comes when you have people that are in positions of power saying horrible things. And the only people that are in positions of power that are saying horrible things are people that are on the right. Candace Owens. Take a look at the Hodge twins. So many of these individuals are the ones that are making fun of her. Now, if you want to go ahead and you want to, mention a comedian, we don't even know where Drewski politically aligns. But the reality is that TPUSA and Erika Kirk missed the mark here, and they had an opportunity. and the opportunity was squandered. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this absolute takedown by John Fugelsang in the clip. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, all the typical usual stuff that it is that I ask for. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next clip.